We often see the dark side of addiction: arrests, overdoses, and shattered families. But behind every battle with drugs, there's also the possibility of hope. September is National Recovery Month, and for survivors here at home, it's a time to share their stories, to inspire others still lost in the sauce. Owners and good friends of the Dugout, Andrew Arce and Joman Castro, recently took to Instagram to share a little about themselves as Recovery Month concludes. Both 37-year-olds and proudly from Manila, coming forward as former addicts.
I think it was long, long way before I even sought help. I remember I admitted to a couple friends that I was using drugs and that I needed help. And at first, the people started to like just shun you out. You know, like, oh man, I don't know if we can be friends, this and that. And so, it just keeps you buried deeper down that hole of like not wanting to share. And so when I first tried to seek help, it was very hard to ask for help again. But yeah, I knew I needed help way before, a few years before I even actually got the help I needed.
For me, man, I was really bad. I was stealing already. All families didn't want to talk to me. I was really bad. I was always in and out in jail, lying. I was really bad to the point people didn't care.
Andrew recalling his low point where he contemplated taking his life.
No gas to go anywhere, no friends to call, nobody wanted to hang out. You know, it's just because we abuse and damage all those relationships, right? So it was very, very lonely at that time.
It was a turning point. For Joman,
For me was I became homeless. I started hearing voices that wasn't there. Just kept on using, and it was a bad place, man. It's don't know what to see or what to believe in, you know.
Andrew says that when he self surrendered to both a higher power and to the lighthouse,
To have back my family is amazing. Going through that point, like you lose everybody, you know. Even my daughter one time she told me she didn't want to hang out with me, you know, because of just the actions of what we were doing and stuff, you know. And but when I decided to turn a leaf and everything, my lady at the time, Army, she really stuck it through with me. You know, even through the bad times, and you know, even when I was in recovery, she would bring my daughter. She would come to meetings. I would talk to a lot of my family and friends, you know. But it was a building block for sure. You know, after breaking all their trust and hurting them and everything, it definitely was a stepping stone back to where we are today.
Andrew graduated from the Salvation Army's Lighthouse Recovery Program in 2018. It's been 7 years since he's last touched crystal meth. And Joman says he attributes much of his success to Andrew.
He was basically my guide because he did the classes and I never did. I just quit.
Through a lot of heart-to-heart talks, supporting one another, and the two share the hardest part of recovery was not being able to share it with loved ones who've passed.
The hardest part, honestly, for me, is that my mom is not here to see it. You know, when she passed, she asked me to get something in the hospital, and I didn't get it because I was out getting high. You know, and so every day it's like it's just, you know, the bigger we grow, the further we get. It's just like I wish she was still here, you know, to see like how well her son's doing, you know. But I think that's the hardest part is like, you know, some things you're never gonna get back, you know, some things you lose while you're using drugs, some things you don't get to make amends with. And I think that's something that I'm gonna live with, and it's something that's gonna help me grow. You know, it's gonna keep me on that just going and achieving the goals. You know, I know she's up there smiling. You know, proud of her boy, her flower.
For Joman, it was his pops passing away.
The hardest one was not saying goodbye, you know, not saying goodbye. And the only last thing I remember is he was saying that I'm going to make it this time, you know. So, and he died the next day when I was with Drew. He died the next day. So
His dad.
it was the hardest thing to tell him to say thank you, you know. gave me money to invest with Drew, and he said that you're ready. And now I'm 4 years sober.
Both say change is contagious when fueled by faith and community.
I think recovery is, of course, I'm a religious person, so it starts with God. It's just doing the right thing. You know what I mean? Yes, no, that's don't touch it, don't touch it. So for recovery me now, for me not touching it no more, that's what I think it means. Or that's what I know it means, soberness for me.
Now, instead of chasing highs, they're chasing dreams. The two say their mission is to help others believe that recovery is possible, whether through professional help, prayer, or sheer determination.
If they're really ready, or if they've thought about quitting, or have hopes, or even just at one point in their life had hopes of wanting to quit, in the lighthouse or in the rooms, you always just say, just keep coming back. And one day it's gonna sit, and one day it's gonna click, and one day you're just gonna say, I'm done with it. Don't give up. Keep fighting the good fight.
I thought I would never get out. I would say death changed me. People not answering changed me as well. I cannot speak for everybody, because people who are trying to help, they still go back to it, and I don't have no right to judge them.
Yeah.
For me, it's gonna be all up to you. If you want to do it and change your life, then change it.
For those still struggling, they have this message: you are not alone, and there is life beyond addiction. At the Dugout, a safe space for those in need, a hot meal, and a listening ear are waiting. Drew and Joman say they wouldn't be here without the love, prayers, and support of family, friends, and the community who stood by them through the hardest times, and for that, they're deeply grateful. As National Recovery Month reminds us, recovery is not just about overcoming addiction, it's about reclaiming hope, rebuilding lives, and proving that second chances can lead to brighter futures. Junigan Charfis, KUAM News.